So we basically supposed to create our own circumstance, our own business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics. But when we at a starting point, that seems like it's going to take a while to do. So a lot of times people like to settle with shortcuts because, once you get in good with the shadow government and get their business, entertainment, get their security, support, safety, shelter, and safety, you automatically think, okay, you done protected yourself or who you coming with or your family. You feel like you don't have to put in no more guild or work. You feel like you don't have to do no community shit anymore. And that's how the shadow government look at you like you ain't shit also. Because you an individual who's just part of the Squid Games. And you can be utilized as a form of to lead the blind, leading the blind also as a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Shadow government don't really give a fuck about nobody. So it's important for us to give a fuck about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Or we ain't gonna never get that liberation. So we have to create our own ecosystem. But at the same time, these celebrities, just on the near basis of them trying to keep a job and maintain their check and maintain their celebrity and their influence so their character don't get assassinated. That's all they need to be aware of for them not to get too much outside their pocket, talk too much outside their mouth and things of that nature, right? And this is also another way the Jews can create them as influencers to influence people like us to know what to do or what not to do if we want to participate in their world and if we want a little bit of change or not. So they're always creating their terms of these things. So you might be trying to get change as in money, but their concept is changing the world. It's always a speculative to operative. Always understand that also. The same way when they go back to these flood stories and shit like that. You think it's a flood story about the waters getting flooding everybody away, and it's really them wiping everybody out with a flood of consciousness, right? Because they want a new way to live or some way, shape, or form. So we stand corrected because we have more starting points. So for the most part, as it correspondences, what you think that they're doing when they're taking over geographical locations who don't share the same religion or who don't share? It's like the Red Sea witchcraft, where a group of people who have already been took over get made an army out of to go do the same thing over another smaller geographical location. So they create a flood and take over the minds, speculative, and take over the land, physical. Will claim it. And therefore, that's that Abraham concept and things of that nature also. So, for the most part, these are just a whole bunch of allegories of how they come in and take shit over and setting up shop with their civilization and corporations. Then they set up a certain way how to live up under that. And if you be a good little sheep, like the Egyptians, the first where they started that at, then you can receive the benefits of their world. When you want to go against the grain, this is what makes them create depopulation control. Now they got real witty in their way of doing it now, which is quote unquote industry plants and the products that they promote and produce as far as to lead you into these small raptures, as far as slow death. Fighting a war you have no business fighting. The people who actually sanction the war ain't picking up no guns, shooting nobody. See what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. Thank you so much for the donation, Kendall Joshua. You said, I once got a deal from Atlantic, but one day later said, oh, we got TikTokers with higher numbers. So yes, we make good music, but we don't care. They also make you pay for air. Yeah, you basically got to pay for everything right now. Everybody trying to get a buck. Where once upon a time, you got paid for what you're bringing to the table. And reason why we're not in that world anymore, because 98% of that world was industry plants. Anyway, so it was a facade. So this is why a lot of genuine individuals didn't make it, but didn't even know why they didn't make it. And a lot of these people are suffering now, or whoever got crumbs or a little bit of the bread loaf. So we're in a circumstance where we have to create our own deals. That's why I created my own record deal. So I'm not a motherfucker. Shout out to Morgan Alexandra. Yeah, protect me at all costs and protect Sauce Walker at all costs. Real shit. You protect me and your boy at all costs. I would say Kanye, but Kanye keep flunking things out. You know what I'm saying? Kanye keep muddying the waters. He keep spoiling the well. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Protect Soul Group at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Protect you at all costs. Real shit. Protect Young Thug right now at all costs. Real shit. Even protect right now DJ Academics at all costs. He done caught a wave right now. You can't catch no wave like that without some backhand shit coming with it. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So it's always like that. It's always like that. It's always like that. But yeah, protect the whole world. Everybody who's genuine at all costs. The hell with all these demons and shit like that. We see them getting wiped away every day. Whether their character is getting assassinated, or God just going ahead and putting them in situations and killing them and shit like that. So it's like, we in a whole new world right now. And if you don't get yourself and make your own shit right now, your own clan, shout out to the goddamn Soul Group. I love y'all. And your own product, make your own ecosystem. Right now, God gonna wash you away. You're gonna either be depressed or end up getting killed or something like that. Wrong place, wrong time. Because the only reason you're in these circumstances amongst other spirits that all y'all together make that event is because the desire that the shadow government have created that's old and outdated, but that's the only reason you're doing things that leads you to these events and these places to make that applicable. So that's the only way you could be getting killed in these times. If the only way you're not dying with natural causes or just a regular accident is because you're doing things based upon what the shadow government have already created, and most of these things is outdated. That's the only way you can actually get killed now. That's it. We in a whole new world. So you could be in the same places doing the same thing everybody else is doing. If you ain't create the circumstance for you to do it yourself, then God can't save you. If you still trying to do it in the old and shadow government way, you might get washed away. Ain't this, look, the same squirrel. The same squirrel. The same squirrel. You know what I'm saying? In the same spot. Looking straight at me like, yeah, what we talking about today, Uriel? What we talking about today, Uriel? You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Told you when we reach certain brainwaves, it's always, and look, it's always a synchronicity. It don't just be one, it don't be twice. It's always a consistency. That's when you know it is God's work. Ain't no, hey, remember this time, remember that time, man. We do synchronicities and prophecies every week on this goddamn channel. From celebrities, gossips, from animals, from the cats and the squirrels up the road, everything. Thanks so much for the donation, Bernard Breezy. You said Ladybug been in my room. See the synchronicity. Synchronicity. You see how powerful we is, Soul Group? Look, shout out to Bernard. It's always some synchronicity shit. Always some synchronicity shit on my channel. On our channel. Real shit. But other than that, yeah. We here to take back all our motherfucker own shit and create our own motherfucker ecosystem in this motherfucker shit. So, for the most part, when we don't do that, as spirits, we become docile, and the shadow government look at that as us being low-hanging fruit because we don't even try. And the shadow government go even harder with creating their little narratives to make us feel like we need their system even more. And since their system is old and outdated, it's death. When we give life to something, that's us creating a mind, fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. When something have already bent in on itself and become an experience or something off the periodic table, it's now us experiencing the death of it. So on a mass scale, that become businesses, corporations, once they last a good 10, 15, 20 years, especially when we reach that 300 mark, 300 year mark, 300. Spartan Chief Keyface 300, right? As a spirit, even doing that, you experience death on a small percentage level. Not even the full maximum level of you experiencing death physically. Y'all be doing that every day in y'all regular life. You be trying to hold on to certain relationships and things of that nature, certain memories, and you experience depression. You experience super extreme docileness. You are experiencing death. Get out of that form that have already died. Once upon a time in this life, as a spirit, you gave life. Birth, you was aware as a spirit. You faced in a direction. Then you made an energy in that space. So that's you making a form in that space. That was a mentality, right? And that mentality bent in on itself and became the people, places, and things that you drew in your life also in that experience. Now, it have already was said and done. Now, if it was a negative one, as a spirit, you in a whole new space, different awarenesses, supposed to be, that's supposed to create different situations if you got out of all these bullshits. As a spirit, you stuck in that old mentality, still experiencing shit that didn't die. And those experiences died. So as a spirit, you just sitting there experiencing, because we just experienced that experience. We the spirits that have experiences. Thank you.